Okay, fire away, guys.
Do you view this day with pads as kind of an acclimation period, or do you want to see some hitting out there?
No, I think really this whole first part of training camp for us prior to the Hall of Fame game, it's all acclimation. So with the pads going on, what we're going to do today is really focus on technique. As you know, Tony, sometimes the pads go on and technique goes out the window, so we're going to spend a ton of time in individual today, and really tomorrow we'll have what will look like a offense versus defense padded practice more so tomorrow. Today's a shorter workout in time, but heavy emphasis on individual and high intensity.
Kevin, Jacob, and Mike Barley both left practice yesterday. Any update on?
I think Jacob should be back. I think Mike may be held out, but we'll see.
What was the issue with you?
Jacob just a little bit of the reaction of the heat, and Mike possible head injury.
Is that acclimation process?
Yeah.
Is that, how much of it is CBA related? How much of it is just sports science?
Trains are coming. I think it's a combination of both, Tony. I think it's really, we're fortunate with the Hall of Fame game, we get to acclimate like this. So number one, we have extra days to be able to do that. But number two, yeah, the rules are as such where it limits the amount of time that you can be out here each day. There has to be a ramp up in time. There has to be a ramp up in contact and those type of things. So it's a combination of both.
So you think tomorrow will be the first time you get like offensive line, defensive line,
correct?
One stuff?
Correct.
Kevin, you've been afternoon practice coach, right?
Yeah.
And here in the morning. Is it a totally different schedule, or is there?
You know what we did was they don't have a indoor facility here, so if it were to rain, you have no recourse down here with no indoor. So just talking to some of the locals before we get down here, they said if it rains, it's in the afternoon. So that was the idea behind practicing in the morning. Obviously, it's hotter in the afternoon down here. We do need to acclimate to the heat as well. So hopefully we have some practices here. It'll be hot. It was hot yesterday. It'll be hot today, and then hopefully when we get back up to Berea, it'll be hot because as we know, it's going to be steamy in Kansas City at noon. It's going to be, Lord knows, it can be very hot September 10th at 1 o'clock in Cleveland. So we got to acclimate to the heat as well.
We're not a mile high, but we are like 2,000 feet elevation here.
Okay.
Has the trainers, players seen any result of that?
I haven't heard anything. Yeah, I haven't. It's a mountain state, right?
With Juan Thornhill, can you feel his energy and how valuable is it?
Yeah, for sure. I think when you have safeties, you oftentimes hear them the quarterback of the defense, and there's so much communication that takes place from that position. So to have a guy like Juan, a Rodney McLeod, Grant as he gets into his third year, you have guys that are very vocal because they've played a lot of reps. And certainly Juan, with the amount of games that he's played and the big games that he's played, you certainly feel that.
Kevin, Wyatt obviously had the calf issue last year. How much, looking back on it, did that injury sort of linger and really impact the way he played over the course from the moment he got through the end of the season?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think Wyatt can probably answer that better than I can. But I would tell you where he is right now. He's in a great spot physically. He's got a very good understanding of what we're doing, so he's doing a good job. But I think you'd probably have to ask him.
Would you expect to see Amari in pads today or tomorrow?
I do. I think Amari's going to be able to go today.
And will he do everything, or just maybe?
We're going to ramp him up, but he's making good progress.
Kevin, have you seen guys respond to Juan's leadership, even though he's a new player here, just to get both on and off the field?
Yeah, I think, as you guys know, everybody's players are keenly aware of guys that have Super Bowl rings, and Juan's had a ton of success. He's played at a high level over there in Kansas City, so that's instant credibility with your teammates. And then just to see how he works. He's a guy that fits in very well with our team and with our guys and with our mentality.
Kevin, Jim was talking back in OTAs or minicamp about really not being able to see anything until it's a physical game, not being able to see anything really until you get to this point. How much does, I know it's always evaluation, but how much does the evaluations change once you start getting that full contact?
Yeah, I mean, that's a big piece of it. As you guys know, think about the spring. really the rules are written that you can only do 7-on-7 in the spring, competitively, right? So you learn a lot about your pass game, but then having said that, the DBs can't put their hands on a receiver. So as you progress into camp, you can make a fairer assessment of our players and our corners in press and how guys get off of blocks and those type of things prior to the pads going on.
So if you didn't have an extra week of practice, would the 5 days of practice look different?
They would, yes, yeah.